All right. Whew. How's it going, everybody? So I wanted to make this video completely raw, unscripted, unedited, and basically just tell you who I am, because a lot of you have been following me for a while on Instagram or on TikTok or even here on YouTube, and you don't actually know what my story is, how I got into reselling, and how I actually went from zero to over $1.5 million in sales. So I kind of want to break that down a little bit, tell my story, tell you what my goals are and how I even got to this point. And so I'm going to take you back kind of to high school where this was really started. I actually was a high school basketball player. I loved basketball, and my dream was to be in NFL, or NBA, sorry. NBA, definitely not the NFL. So I never had a goal of making millions of dollars through business, but through basketball, sure. And every single day, for 3 months straight, in my junior year of high school, I made 500 three-pointers every single day. So I got very good, very, very fast. But I also got injured a lot because of how hard I was pushing my body. Literally every day I was pushing my body to the absolute max, and this led to me getting a lot of injuries. So I broke my foot probably 3 times. I got my knee torn a couple times. And then once I actually got past high school, my senior year I sat down the entire time because I broke my foot twice. I was lucky enough to get a preferred walk-on offer at a D2 school. So they were actually helping me a lot with financial aid and stuff. So it made sense to just give it a shot. I got there, and as I was training in the preseason, coming back, thinking I'm about to have this crazy recovery, I ended up just tearing my hip. So I had to get a hip surgery. That put me out for 10 months. But I literally never let the injury stop me. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to get back from this injury. I'm going to get back to dunking. I'm going to get back to running as fast as I was. I'm going to get back to dominating. I'm going to run this team. That was my mentality. But crazily enough, after this hip surgery, I broke my foot again for the 4th time. So at this point, I was like, okay, God's trying to show me, like, yo, basketball ain't the path. Go a different direction. At this point, I'm almost about to be a sophomore. Like, my time is low-key running out to figure out what I want to do. So I decided to move back home in Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, and go to the University of Tennessee. So that's where I've been at for the last couple of years now. I'm in my last semester right now, actually. And after this, my goal is to just move to Miami, right here where I'm at right now. I'm going to live here and just continue to run the business and grow from there. So that's kind of how I got out of basketball. Now, how did I actually get into shoes? So during this time while I was recovering, I had a lot of free time. COVID was literally just happening and going on, and that was messing a lot of stuff up for everybody. Like literally, even games were getting canceled left and right. We had to wear masks everywhere. It was horrible. But during this time, I just had so much free time. I was just sitting at home all day. The first 3 months of my surgery, I couldn't even walk. So I had a lot of time, and I was like, you know what, let me just do what anyone else would do, scroll on TikTok all day. So I spent all day just scrolling on TikTok, and I came across this guy named Eddie Cumberbatch. You guys might have seen him before. He's actually popping right now. Still a good boy of mine, but he actually was running a community teaching people how to resell sneakers. And so I came across this, and at the time, I was probably like $20 in my bank account, $30 in my bank account, like not much money. I'd blown all my money trading stocks, and I never really had a good savings. So, and I was injured, so I couldn't work either. But I took the risk. I joined this group. It was like $25 a month at the time, which, looking back on it, that at the time I seemed like so much, but now I invest thousands and thousands of dollars into coaching and courses, and it helps me elevate my business more and more. So I made that investment. He taught me how to resell PlayStations and sneakers, and so I had a good run, actually. Like with PlayStations, made a lot of money, and then as PlayStation started to slow down, sneakers was kind of the next thing. So I actually, crazily enough, met my business partner Aiden in this same exact group. So he joined. He's in Pennsylvania. He joined this group, similar like kind of mentality to me. Just didn't have a lot of money, wanted to learn what to do, and we ended up meeting in this group, and we partnered up. So this was about 3 or 4 years ago. So it's crazy because time literally just flies. It feels like yesterday I was reaching out to him like, hey, where are you from? Like, how do you get this many sneakers? That's how I opened the message with him. And fast forward to now, like we've built all of this together, and we're still trying to go so much farther. So that's kind of how I got into shoes. And shout out to Eddie. He's killing the game right now. But since then, I've always loved shoes, right? So Kobe, LeBron, KD, I've always owned their shoes. I always like the what the KDs and what the LeBrons, where it's like half and half, 2 different shoes. It's like when you're on the court, it like shows you 2 different colors. I always thought that was sick. So I wanted to figure out how to get my hands on these shoes because they were $160. And $160 when you're 17, 18 years old, 16 years old, it's a lot, right, for a lot of people. So I didn't have that kind of money, and I wanted to figure out how to escape the matrix, like everyone says. And in the past, I worked at like a falafel shop. I was making like 11 an hour there. I worked at a factory too. We would make those Gatorade bottles where you would just take the little pod and smush it. And so that was kind of the past experience I had, and I knew I didn't want to go back to that. So started reselling. For the first couple of years, it was a little slow, and then I really learned how to start looking at what the most successful people are doing and replicate them, because everyone was sitting there camping in line, everyone was sitting there, buying sneakers, but the real like cooks, the people that were really making the most money, were buying in bulk, or at the time sneaker botting was a lot better, so they were sneaker botting, but now that's not the case. But the people that were buying in bulk, they were buying in bulk, selling in stores or selling to other stores, they were making the most money because they had unlimited supply and they pretty much were like running the game. So I started looking into that and got into bulk, and since then I've been able to push much bigger months. And then as time kind of went on too, Amazon popped up, that became a thing. So started selling on Amazon a couple of years back. That allowed me to scale a little bit more as well, use prep centers. So I don't even touch my own products anymore. I kind of just send them to Amazon and or send them to the prep center, they send them to Amazon, and it just gets sold. So that's really cool. But I've learned a lot over these last couple of years of just how to actually run a business, because sneakers, while a lot of people don't look at it as like a super high level business, like you're not like selling oil, right? It's nothing crazy, but you learn so many internal skills, you learn so many communication skills. Like it set me up for so much in the future. And what you'll come to find out is a lot of people that are in business right now actually started out selling shoes. I don't know why everyone starts with shoes, but maybe it's just because it's fun. But a lot of people I know that are making really good money right now, they were making $10,000, $20,000 a month selling shoes. Now they're making $50,000, $100,000 a month doing something else, but they built that foundation with shoes. And so I still love shoes. I still love the community and the culture. And I think the best people that I've met in the world, I've been around shoes. Like some of my best friends now that I still hang out with to this day, I met them because of doing a deal or wanting to get into business with them. So overall, like, I feel like I was just a regular kid. Like I still feel like I'm just a regular guy. Right? I don't feel like I'm doing anything particularly special. I'm just trying to keep leveling up, keep learning, and figure out how I can continue to just grow and make more money. Obviously, all of our goals are to make millions of dollars. That's my goal as well. I want to have all the nice supercars and everything else, but more importantly, I want to take care of my family. So I've started to realize, I just bought a car recently, 2024 Tesla, and then been treating myself to trips like this. But I've realized that making all this money and spending on yourself, it's not truly as fulfilling as like going out and taking care of your parents. Like if your parents are still working, your number one goal should be to retire them first, get them the house, get them the crib, get them the car, buy your dad a watch. Like these are all things that I'm starting to shift my mind to, and I've really seen the more successful people long term, they put others first, but they also know how to value themselves. So I understand like my value. I understand that I deserve some of these things, right? But at the end of the day, I would feel pretty ashamed of myself if I was rolling around driving a Lambo and my parents were still working 9 to 5, right? My parents still work. I didn't come from like a millionaire family. I definitely had a better upbringing than a lot of kids, and I had a lot of support from my parents. So I'm not here to like stretch or lie about that. And I don't think you can actually be self-made. You need other people. So once you realize that and you know how to put yourself around better people, you're going to become a lot better of an entrepreneur and make a lot more money, because community is ultimately what drives the most success the quickest. So you guys have all probably heard that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And that's always something that's kind of stuck with me as well. So right now, my kind of goal, my motive is to just figure out how to retire my parents. That's the next step, right? And then after that, sure, I'll live luxurious a little bit. I enjoy the simple luxuries, the classy stuff, but I think that's really the most important. So if you're watching this and you're just getting started with business, maybe you're already kind of farther along, don't forget your people. Don't forget who helped you when you weren't getting any views, when you weren't making any money. I still remember those same people that were buying shoes from me, even paying a little bit more just because they wanted to support me and they knew other places to get them from. So I always take care of those people now, and now that I'm in a position to take care of them a lot better, I'm always making sure to just throw them deals or whatever else. So that is kind of like, I guess, a little bit of a background on me. A couple things I didn't really mention. So I am still in school. I'm studying marketing at the University of Tennessee. Not a big fan of school, if I'm being honest with you, but my parents wanted it. I wanted to make them happy. I've almost dropped out like probably 100 times now, so I'm really hoping I can power through these next 6 months. Hopefully when I'm watching this 6 months from now, I did actually finish and get my degree. That way my parents are happy, but yeah, it's been holding back a lot of things. Like the only reason I'm not moved out of my house right now is literally because I'm in school. So it wouldn't make sense for me to sign a lease in an apartment and move out when I'm still living or when I'm still going to class in person. So yeah, it's been. But sitting here, I'm on a trip right now in Miami, and we're staying in Brickell right now. And this last week that I've been here, it's just you see a lot more wealth, right? And so I think it's really important that you get out of your hometown, you see these other levels of wealth because, you know, back home a Tesla is a decent car, right? I'm doing all right. I'm pretty comfortable. Even like 10K, 15K, 20K a month is pretty decent over there. Here, that's like poverty to people, right? Like some people see that as poverty because everyone's at such a higher level. Lambos left and right, like everyone's got these cars. So you can't look at that as an insecurity, but I look at more so that as like a way to push me to the next level. I'm seeing this level of wealth that I've never seen before, and I'm realizing there's 20-year-old, 18-year-old, 17-year-old kids doing 10 times as much as I am, and that doesn't make me insecure. I mean, props to them. They figured out something that I haven't figured out yet, but it's you know, it kind of pushes you to realize like, yo, I got to lock in even more because I really can change my life in just 6 months you can change your life. 6 months from now, life could be completely different. Those are a couple of like the mental things I kind of realized, and I've just been reflecting a lot. You know, it's easy to reflect when you have a nice balcony like this. I definitely recommend if you ever have the chance to book a nice Airbnb, come to Florida, come to like Boston, go to one of those bigger cities and just look and just watch the people. You'll see different levels of wealth that you've never seen before. And in my small town, you just don't get this kind of experience. So it's been honestly a crazy week, and ultimately how I got from 0 to 150K in profit and 0 to $1.5 million in profit in revenue, and now beyond. At this point, I think we're closer to like 2 million. I haven't run the exact numbers, but it's really just connecting with people. I think that if I could leave you with one thing today, go out and connect with more people. Go out and meet more people. Connect with me. I have Instagram. You can DM me, ask me questions. I want to post better content, but I already have some free courses on here that break down the sneaker business model and how that works. Maybe you don't want to get into sneakers. That's totally fine. There's other business models out there, and there's other great people teaching them. You just need to get around the people that are doing what you want to do, and that's how you're going to get to the next level. So ultimately, that's what I think has led to me getting the most success, is I always surround myself with people that are doing what I want to do, or even a step below me, because I can always learn from that. So if I leave you with one thing today, don't stay in your hometown and not connect with anybody. If you stay in your hometown, great. Connect with everybody. The internet's a crazy place. Get on Instagram, get on Twitter, get on YouTube, get on TikTok. It's so easy to grow an audience now. It's so easy to connect with more people. That ultimately is going to go way farther than any business, and no business model really matters, right? They all work. If you know how to meet people, if you know how to connect with people, if you know how to network and build that relationship with people all over the country, that's going to make you the most money in the long run, because you might be in a business model right now and it's not the vehicle that's going to get you to your goal, but you meet someone that gives you that vehicle. And so that's kind of what I want to leave you with today. This video might have been kind of all over the place, but like I said, I didn't script this at all. I tried to do this in one take. So if you enjoyed this, if you found this valuable, if you have any questions for me, leave a comment down below. Make sure to subscribe too, because like I said, I want to post a lot better videos. I'm thinking of a couple different ways to kind of restructure my direction with content. So if you have any ideas for stuff you want to see or know more about me, then like I said, just leave a comment and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, I already said that. So peace out. Love you. Take it easy. Keep killing it.